Hello everybody from California, Poland, Israel, San Diego, Lod, Israel, and many other places. Welcome to the third meeting of Right Brains Revolution. Today, we're going to start learning about right brain skill, which I believe is it's like a magical skill. It's like it creates something that is not always reasonable. The ability for us to turn a problem, to turn something that is stuck in our life into a productive energy, into an energy that promotes change and improving and creativity, etc. So the view is that this energy, this mental energy that is over there stuck in a problem, it's actually an energy that got lost and got stuck in a place where it's not supposed to be. This is why the problem persists. And the emotional transformation is a process that actually liberates this energy towards its proper and positive direction. This is the idea. So we'll start watching the video about this and then we'll continue. Okay, just a second. All right. Hello and welcome to Emotional Transformation Program. My name is Dr. Pinky Feinstein. I'm a psychiatrist that these are my medications. I create books and courses and programs and workshops, all aimed at enabling people to resume their natural ability to heal themselves mentally. This is one of them, emotional transformation. What I mean by the phrase emotional transformation, this is a process in which we take the energy stored in a problem, actually stuck in a problem, and release the same energy towards growth, development, change, healing, improvement, etc. Like magic. I'm saying that chronic or repetitive mental problems most of the time represent a state in which we don't know how to handle our emotional energy and it gets stuck. This bulk of energy that is stuck is painful, and it may be the source, the origin of what we refer to as trauma. Emotional transformation takes the energy stored there and release it. Makes what is complicated uncomplicated. Restore the right movement of energy inside us towards the right place, the creative place, the more flexible place, what we actually looking for. So I will present to you emotional transformation through 18 chapters, 6 parts. Each of them contain 3 chapters. Each part is focused on some central topic. And my advice to you is to watch these videos again and again and again and again. This way the information goes to the right place where we want it to go, your right brain, your emotional, spiritual, creative brain. It's not enough that you understand what I'm saying. I want you to internalize it emotionally and spiritually. And this will take place only if you watch it again and again and again. Also, I recommend you to do the exercises attached to each video and to read out loud the prayer that is attached to every video. Okay, so now we can begin. Part 1, the transformation principle. We're going to have 3 chapters dealing with this issue, the transformation or the emotional transformation issue, topic, etc. Chapter 1. The victim narrative that views problem as something that only hurts his quality of life, as a disturbance, as a pure disturbance. The victim narrative. This is something we would like to change. We would like to transform through emotional transformation. Once you are in a victim state of mind, that is that you feel that you have few or minimal or if any resources to cope successfully with the problem. You feel helpless. You feel that things are bigger, stronger, greater than you, and you don't have much to do with it. I mean, you cannot really do something about it. You feel as if you are a victim. Now, let's be clear. I'm not judging you. I'm not saying that it is wrong to be in the victim state of mind. I'm not saying that it is wrong to be in this narrative, victim narrative. I'm saying that we all are there, one way or another, one time or another. Whenever we have a chronic or repetitive problem, it means that over there, in this problem, we feel as victims. We cannot bypass it, we cannot ignore it, we cannot deny it. It's better that we admit it, it's better that we face and acknowledge this, because this is a great starting point. This is what we want to transform. And transformation always begins with a good exposure, with an honest, sincere exposure of what is really going on. There is no state of real problem unless at the same time there is the state of mind of I am a victim of this situation. It just happened to me. They did it to me. The country did it to me. The past did it to me. The family, the neighborhood, the world, the president, the city, my genetic predisposition, etc. Things happen to me. And yes, things do happen to us. We don't have control over everything. But there is a big question about everything that happens to us. And this question is about our state of mind. How we face the problem, how to refer to the problem, what we feel about it. As long as it is a major problem, it means that we cannot view it as a challenge, as something that we can approach with creativity, originality, flexibility. No, we are stuck over there in this very painful victim narrative. And as such, we feel, we experience repetitive hurt in our life. And it is very, very unpleasant. It's like a trap. And we don't know, we don't have any ways to release ourselves from this trap. We feel that there's nothing we can do. And this is where I want us to begin. I don't want us to be ashamed. I don't want us to hide away. I want us to run away from this fact that there is this narrative, this problematic narrative of being a victim. If you hadn't have this narrative, you wouldn't have a problem. You may have some challenges that you cope with the best you can, that you try to improve your status over there in time, that you try many ways, that you are flexible, you are as creative as you can you know how to use some help with it. You don't feel as it is a very major problem just because you don't feel as a victim over there. I want you, in order for us to be able to do a successful emotional transformation, I want you to identify that victim inside you. Usually, it is related to some childhood memories, childhood experiences, and you know, as children, we are relatively helpless. We are relatively victims, yes. This is reality. We don't have all the capacities to cope with the problems that the adults bring to our lives. So this is a part of the experience, and you cannot avoid it. You cannot escape it. You shouldn't. But what I'm telling you is, once that you acknowledge this, once you courageously face it, say, yes, here I feel as if I am a victim of the situation, this is something we can start with. This is something that we will be able to transform, because in most cases, you're not really a victim. You do have some creative routes that you haven't tried to cope with this problem. You do have. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been such a problem. It would have been a kind of challenge that is not that annoying, because you can do something about it. So this is the place where we want to begin, a very low place emotionally. And it's okay, because from there, all the thing we can do is just to go higher and to improve. But let's start from there. Let's identify a major problem. Over there, let's identify with honesty the fact that we do have some victim narrative over there, and from there we can progress to the next steps of emotion transformation. Okay, all right. Thank you again for joining us. Also those who joined during the video, hello. So we meet here in this group for the first time, the concept. First of all, to meet the concept. And it's best if we try to get as close as possible this concept, which is quite illogical in many ways. And many things, many good things that are related to right brains at first will sound illogical, magical, like a fantasy. And this is how it works. Right brain has a different logic, has a different mechanism. And us as humanity, we have reached, I would say, an ongoing, growing imbalance between our left brain intelligence that is related to mathematics, exact sciences, technologies, things that we have consensus about, things that are tangible. And over there, we create a tremendous progress, but the gap or the imbalance between this one and the other parts of our mind that is related to emotion, creativity, compassion, spirituality, intuition, the gap has grown too far until it actually became dangerous. So this is why we are here to make this revolution, because in many ways we got used to neglect our right brain, which is something that actually we have it available in childhood, and then gradually we forget it. And the concept of emotional transformation or using right brain skills, in many ways, it is a concept of bridging and joining the adult in me and the child in me to make them work together. And emotional transformation begins with acknowledgement of where I am. And In the first chapters, this is what we're going to do. We would like to acknowledge the place where we start from. Emotional transformation means that we take the mental energy stuck in a problem, we relate it, we refer to a problem as if it represents a mental energy that does not flow properly, that is stuck there. Just think about a trauma. It is a place in our mind when things always hurt, always, the same way. It is stuck there. There's no negotiation over there. There's no flexibility over there. And we face the same feelings over and over again. So in psychological point of view, the mental energy is stuck there. We are not creative there. We don't find new solutions. And it is frustrating that it's always again and again and again. You can see it in a personal level or even in national level, things that repeat themselves, even though they create damage, even though they're hurting, we repeat the same way. So from a psychological point of view, we say that the mental energy there is stuck instead of being in the healthy way that is flowing. Example, flowing is creativity, for example, changing, updating your point of view, okay? This is examples of being in a flow. So the process is to reach the places to realize I have places in my mind that there are problems because the energy is stuck there. Maybe sometimes you can say that this is the problem. Not the story of the problem is the problem. The problem is that the energy is stuck over there and then it creates a problem. So we address this phenomenon with tools that right brain knows how to work with to start moving this stuck energy into a flow and releasing this energy into an energy that can help us become more productive, more useful, more creative, more flexible, more ready to make changes, etc. We get some kind of boost energy. When we release this energy, it's like energy was added to us, and things that we procrastinated or was hesitating about, then we get extra force to do them. And I invite you to see it for yourself. We will put a link to emotional transformation practice. It's a 5-6 minutes practice. My advice to you is to practice it daily, once a day. And in time, once you get used to it, you will see, you will feel the energy added to yourself. For example, you will have something that you would like to do, but you don't have the patience, and you see that it is stuck there, the dishes or something, and you go over there, why couldn't I do it? And I don't want to do it. And then you practice emotional transformation, you return, all right, I can do it now. It's okay. I have free energy. I have available energy. I want you to see it for yourself, okay? It's a 6 minutes practice, and it is an example of right brain works, that is, you will not understand how it works. And if you want it to work, do not understand it. Not because I want you to be ignorant, because I want your left brain not to disturb the process. Many times, overthinking blocks our creativity, blocks our flexibility, blocks our originality. Many times, left brain is not needed for a while. And we need more the right brain skills like emotional transformation, because a problem is an emotional event. Emotions are generated in right brain. Right brain produces the language of emotions. And when we try to deal with emotions with a different language, the logical language, it is as if they are foreign, and it's too hard and it's not useful. This is the reason for problems to stay stuck, because we try to put logic in them, but logic will not release the energy stuck, and logic will not understand what does it mean that energy is stuck. No, It doesn't make sense. There is a problem, this is the thing you're going to do, and you solve the problem. Well, it doesn't work. You have tried it before, all of you, all of us, because this is the way we were taught in school, to think logically about the issue and then make some reasonable solutions. Well, it doesn't work many times. The problems stay the same. So here is a new strategy. And the nice thing about this strategy that it is easy to implement. Actually, the hard thing about this strategy is that it is easy. It is a challenge to make things simple, while we are used to think about them as complicated. This is right brain area. It is a place where we play. It is a place where we create. Actually, we dance with our emotions. And we don't try to analyze them, to put them in boxes. We try to play with them. And right brain gives us the tools how to play with them. Now, this chapter says at first, it's important to acknowledge that when we have a chronic or repetitive problem, we also feel about this problem that we are a victim of this problem, kind of victim. We are helpless. I cannot do anything. It's stronger than me. It's bigger than me. I don't know. I don't know what to do. And we have this feeling of being a victim. And we're angry at the people who are responsible for our problem. And we stay stuck with this point of view. And this is a place where the child within us feels helpless about an issue, about past issue. And yes, the child within us is relatively a victim because he's a child. And what the child knows how to do is to play. But whenever he reaches a place where the pain is too much and he has no capability of playing with the problem, then this child feels stuck and helpless and a victim. And this is a part of our state of mind over there. This is where we begin. And it is okay. It is not related to self-judgment about me feeling a victim or me being too weak, not too strong to cope with the problem. We would like to start from the bottom, from the beginning, from the truth, from the core feeling, I am a victim here. We want to acknowledge this. Because once we acknowledge the best way our experience, this is the stuff, this is the material we are going to transform. We are going to transform this feeling of being helpless. Now, just bear in mind that many times we are stuck with the problem just because we try to solve it through left brain mechanisms that do not involve creativity, playfulness, originality, intuition, things that the child within us knows how to do, how to use. Now, when we can relate to this child, first of all, to this feeling of a victim, to identify with this feeling, and then start showing this child within us, hey, you can play. I will show you how to play. We don't need to think too much. We don't have to be mature. We're going to play with the problem. But first, we need to join this child that feels as if he or she is a victim, not to judge the child, not to demand, hey, grow up now. It's not right for you to be such small. No, grow up, become mature. With some criticism, it doesn't work. The child within us can help us get out of the problem, can help us make the energy flow, can help us play with the energy. But first, we need to reach this child and offer them to play with us. So we begin with acknowledging, we're saying it's okay that I feel as a victim here because the child within me couldn't cope with adults that did things that hurt him. He was a victim, and he stayed such because this is the way trauma works. We stay, it remains. The experience with the helplessness remains over there, and the energy there is stuck, despite the fact that we are no longer children. And we are able to work with this problem, but the feeling remains the same, and we cannot argue with the feeling. A feeling is our emotional truth, even if it is not logical, reasonable. This is the truth. This is why problem persists, because its language is not a logical language. So we would like to get closer to the real language, start talking this language, and start learning how to play with this language. This is what emotional transformation is about. With just 5 steps, you're going to learn how to start moving the energy of a problem, and instead of feeling that you are stuck over there, you feel more energized. Even if you will never understand what caused the problem, doesn't matter. Understanding is left brain. The child within us doesn't care how the problem became. The child wants to play, period. We would like to help this child within us play, because this is the way to shift this energy and actually release ourselves from the burden of the problem. This is the magic. So I try to explain you the unexplainable, because you will understand more when you start experiencing it. The lighter problem can be transformed more easily and more rapidly. The bigger problem will take more time, more practice, but the approach will be the same. Okay? Now, I remind you, our previous meeting was about self-love. Self-love is another tool to help us transform our emotions. In the first meeting, we talked about transformation of anxieties. I told you we can transform the energy of anxiety. Later, we will discuss how to reduce self-criticism, another tool that helps the child become inside, because the child doesn't like too much criticism. He wants to play, for God's sake. He doesn't want to be analyzed. He wants to play. So we will accumulate tools that will help us play with our problems and then change them from a stuck place into a challenge that we can play with. All right? That's it. This is my speech, and now it is time for our discussion. So it's good that some of you are new to this concept and some of you are not as new to this concept, so we can learn from each other and we can give examples, insights, questions, whatever you want. You are invited. Open your mics and share with us our thoughts or questions, etc. Yeah. Any questions will be good. Something that you did not understand, or you want to give us an example for a problem, how to address it. I remind you that the focus of this lesson is about meeting this narrative experience and let it be, without judging it, without trying to deny it or to overcome it too quickly. No, we want to begin from the very beginning, from the emotional truth. We feel as if we're victims or helpless about the problem. Yeah. Anat, you're smiling.
Yes, I'm smiling because, this concept is so foreign. I know to me when I first started learning about that, and it's so amazing that it is easy and how hard it is to understand from the logical, place, that there is a place within us that we can access and get all this amazing energy just by being simple, and go back to the child that all of us, in all of us that needs attention, and just ask him that we will love it and be there for it. So, can I say something about the course?
You can say anything you want.
Okay, because this is the course that we're teaching. I learned with Pinky for 6 weeks to go through this emotional transformation, and I have to say it's completely magical. And we offer this course for free, the emotional transformation course, or the way to bring it to life, what Pinky just told you about, and how to transform your problems. And we are concentrating on, you also talked about that in a few classes ago. I think it was the first or the second lesson about the transformation of the anxiety. So if anyone wants to go even deeper into this issue, you are more than welcome to be in touch with me. And we're going on a journey of 6 weeks, intensive journey to transform your anxieties. So it's just wonderful. It's really wonderful. And I can tell you from my experience how this process just adds energy to your life, and how transforming problems becomes so playful and wonderful. So it's definitely opened my mind and brought a lot to my life. So thank you, Pinky, and everyone here.
Okay, thank you, Anat. Let me just add some words to what Anat just offered you. Anat is now learning how to be I would say transformation mentor or transformation instructor. I don't know. I know how to say it in Hebrew. And now she opens a pilot group in which through 6 weeks, every day, you're going to learn and practice. It's intensive, six days a week for 6 weeks. And it is magical, and you have it for free because Anat needs to practice. So we have it also in English through Anat. So I recommend it if you want to invest a half an hour per day for this. You have it with Anat in English. We have also other Hebrew groups. This is what Anat meant. So you're going to practice transformation and anxiety and emotional transformation in parallel every day. And then you'll see how it works. Thank you, Anat. Thank you for your sharing. Yes, Tara, and then Viola.
So I have a question even about the word transformation, because you mentioned that the topic or the focus of this particular session today is about kind of the narrative of being a victim and just being with the child, like loving the child, and so in terms of transformation, is the transformation in the narrative of getting past sort of this victim mindset, but is that hurt child sort of a part of who we are? But what we're learning how to do is just how to be with that hurt child in a healthy way. Is my question clear?
Yes, of course. And you actually kind of asked and answered at the same time, more or less. So the transformation, I want you to try to imagine energy that is now in a cluster, is complex, doesn't move properly, okay? It doesn't know its way, it is trapped. And the once you relate to a problem, and it is painful, it is frustrating, you feel this bulk of energy that doesn't move, okay? This is why we don't like going back to a problem. It is not comfortable. The transformation, changing form, okay, is moving the energy from this state in which the child cannot do anything with it because you cannot play with stuck energy. It is as if the toys are glued to the wall. You cannot take them and play with them. Okay? And then you release the toys and the child can start playing with it. So the game is unpredictable and it doesn't matter. The important thing is that we resume the playing mode. This is the transformation. Now, for every individual, the transformation or the flow will go to a different way, and even in every individual in different times, in different ways. All right? And also it says that we are even not focused on problem solving, okay? Not solutions. This is left brain approach. Focus on results. No, we want just to change the state of mind. So we begin as victims because it is stuck. We cannot play with these toys. They are not available. And then we shift into a place where these availables, these toys are more available. The availables, it's a noun. I created now a noun. Okay? These toys become available so I can play with the problem. The problem becomes a challenge. I do not feel as victim as before. But at first, I would like to understand, all right, I am a victim. I cannot approach the toys. What can I do? So here are the tools for you to release the toys so you can play. And once you resume the playful mode, you are not in such a problem as you were before. This was the problem, that you couldn't play. This was the problem, not a specific issue with someone. That with this individual, you couldn't play. This was the problem. So the transformation helps you resume the playful mode over there. And then even if the disharmony is already there, persists, you go there and you don't feel as helpless as before. I can play. And if someone wants to play with me, we're going to do something special together. Okay? So I'm not that intimidated by the problem. I'm interested. I'm intrigued. I can play here. This is the transformation. It is huge.
So instead of that stuck feeling of, oh no, not this thing again, then it's, oh, okay, what interesting games are we going to play with this thing?
Yeah. I don't like this problem, but I can do something about it.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I do not need to run away from it anymore. It's not that dangerous for me. It is a problem. I may not like it, but I have some ideas about this. I have no toys. Okay?
That's great. Thank you.
Can I add something to that?
Sorry. That's just a second. Boys take the guns, the plastic guns, pew, pew, pew. So they fight. So now they need, in their imagination, they need these pistols to defend themselves in their imagination. But if these pistols are not available, what can I do now? I cannot cope with the problem. Now we want to hand this child new tools, new toys. So it's okay, I can play, I can do something, I can run, I can jump, I can manipulate. This is a totally different state of mind. And many times, this is the solution. It is a new state of mind. You have more power. And then you are not as victim as before, even if the circumstances remained exactly the same. Okay? Yes, Anat.
I just wanted to add that when we are in victim narrative, it's very narrow. We don't see anything. It feels like there's no way out. And that's what this transformation is doing. It's like giving us different angles to see how we can go out from this place.
Okay. Now, for example, left brain, for example, how it works, one question, one answer. Right brain, one question, endless answers. Okay? Endless options. And the feeling that I have endless options moves me from the narrative of a victim. When left brain says, sorry, you cannot do anything, you are convinced. Left brain says, this is reality. Right brain says, no way, reality is much, much wider. I have new ideas, but this is right brain. He's creative. He can bring new ideas. He is more playful, okay? But because we got used to think in a linear way, we stay stuck. This is why we call this program Right Brains Revolution. Okay, I think Viola also wanted to say something, right?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that thank you very much for giving these mysterious tools, because I'm coming from the place where I lost hope so many times, trying to solve my problems. And then even before I was trying to solve, I was, of course, running away from them. Then I was trying to solve. There was no results. And this was even giving me more hopelessness, this is the word.
I believe hopelessness, yeah. Yes.
Okay, and then suddenly you come with these mysterious tools. I don't really believe you, but I started to do some things a month ago, which were completely crazy. And it's a part of this, what you are sharing now. And because of that experience, I don't know, I'm getting, which is completely crazy, but I'm getting this idea, there is a way. You know what I mean? What I wanted to say? Oh,
Do you want to elaborate? Do you want to give us more information about specific example?
Like I had a problem and I was stuck with this problem, a little problem of something. I was thinking it's an everyday life problem. And I wanted to speak with somebody about it. So I picked Anat, she's she's not from my country. She doesn't know me well. So for half an hour, I told her about my big problem and she didn't say much. But then after she said, oh, do you have any color pencils, like these pencils? And just draw. And I said, okay. So what should I draw? I said, oh, draw whatever. I said, well, whatever. And then she said, you write something. And I said, what am I supposed to write? And she said, whatever comes to your mind. And I was thinking she is a little bit crazy, but I knew her a little bit and I knew she's not crazy. So anyway, I was thinking, okay, maybe she's not crazy. The idea is completely crazy, but I did it. I took horrible pencils, which I had in my house, and it didn't work very well, but I drew something which I think it was horrible. I was drawing for a very short time, and then I wrote something. Actually, I wrote a few sentences, like the reason why I'm not writing anymore in life. It was like a confession. She told me to write something simple, but I wrote something big suddenly. Anyway, next day, I got up and it was amazing because I was ready to do things which I was stuck with for months. And I did it, like it was so easy. And when I made it, when I pick up the phone and I made it, it appeared it was in my mind. I made a criminal movie about it, but it was so easy to do it. And even later, even now when you say, this is so completely not logical what you say, it's so difficult for me to believe you, but it works a little bit. I can see in my life,
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted just to thank you, even though it sounds like I'm accusing you for not being perfect, wonderful teacher, but it's not like that. Oh, teacher, whatever, as somebody who helps us. It's my English only. But just thank you very much, because it's a journey of surprises. Either I go there and I try or not, because I have experience of nothing helps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you. Just no question, just wanted to say this.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much. And so you experienced a shift from a place where you were convinced about a story. You were trapped in a story, in a drama. And in this drama, you felt there's nothing I can do. This was your part in the drama. And in this drama, your creativity was very low, and you didn't even imagine that your low creativity is related to the state of the problem. That actually your low creativity nurtured the state of the drama. So instead of being creative, you created the drama. So you see, your creativity went to the wrong place. What Anat did with you was activating your creativity to the right place. Start playing, Viola. What is it related to the problem? Come on, it's too serious, the problem. No, I want you to play with colors. It doesn't make sense. All right, I'm trying. Okay. Oh, interesting. I feel differently. So this is the magic. This is an exact example because you shifted from the left brain territory, which is quite helpless in dealing with problem, to right brain territory that says, all right, we're going to play with it. So you shifted from a very boring place into the playground and started playing. So the child within you felt, all right, thank you for letting me inside. I enjoy playing. So let me take the problem and do something with it. So this is the change of the state of mind. Because the core problem is this helpless experience. It's not the issue. It's the experience of being helpless. And it's a myth, it's a legend. We are not that helpless, but we believe this legend. So when we do this psycho-creative work, this right brain transformation, we start changing this state of mind. Oh, I can play with it. And once I can play with it, excuse me, where is the problem? I don't find the problem anymore. It's not such a burden, it's a playground. Okay, now this is a general approach. When it is a chronic and big karmatic problem, it will take longer, but this is the mechanism. Okay, many times we get addicted to a problem, addicted. And within this addiction, everything looks very serious, even dangerous. And we become anxious and we feel that we can do nothing. This is just a story. But who is responsible for stories? Right brain, not left brain. So let's give the expert deal with stories. Left brain is not able to change the story. Right brain can create 5 stories at the same time. So let's give the challenge to the right expert. But for this, we need to change our state of mind and start talking the right brain's language. And this is what we're learning here. It's a different language, okay? It's a language of motion, of self-love, of reducing self-criticism, of spontaneity, of playfulness, many things that we forget. And we don't even realize how important they are. Okay. Thank you for your great example. Thank you. Questions? For some of you, this is very new. But in time, it will not be as new because you're going to start practicing and experiencing. Who else wants to ask or to share?
May I?
Of course.
Deborah. Yes, I am not very used to be online, and this is for me a big step. And I just found out that I cannot sit. I'm at ADHD, and it's hard for me to sit and have an online lesson. So I just pick up my phone and I walk. And
that's good.
I walk.
It's good.
So
that's
it's
good.
Better.
You know that right brain prefers moving than staying still?
Yes. And
right.
Actually, I don't have problem with letting the childish or childhood memories and the way of dealing with problems, because I feel like I'm still in my childhood attitude most of the time. So I can, when I need and I have a desire to deal with the problem, I am most of the time I try to run away. And so I am hiding, and I take a book to read, which I like. I try to draw or write, and it is a problem for me because I am a mother of 4 children and a very demanding husband. So the running away to my childish way of dealing with problem, it's sometimes almost impossible because I have duties to do. And my problem is how to have time or find the time or force myself to deal with the problem in the way like you shared, yes?
I become
And
dizzy
the
watching
feeling
you.
of responsibility, feeling the responsibility that no, I cannot do it now. I have to cook, I have to go shopping, or I have to take care of somebody. You know, you understand what I'm telling?
Of course. Yeah,
So-
yeah. Can you stop moving just for a second? I get dizzy.
Okay.
All right. So,
Okay, now I can sit down.
So your problem is avoidance. So the emotional transformation is a process that eventually brings us to more playfulness, but not immediately. You skip the process. So you run away from the problem, you run away from the process because it's hard for you to meet the pain within the problem. So you
Yeah.
find for yourself new and immediate avenues not to be with the pain. Okay? And then it creates new problems with your family.
That's right.
So emotional transformation helps us actually go through the pain. We stay with the pain for a while, we watch it, we observe it. We're going to talk about it in future sessions. We go over there and we open the Pandora box and we just actually watch everything within there and we stay. We do not move, okay? We try to stay and we are with the pain for a while, and then we do some work with the pain, and then we release it, and then we cook, and then we dance. But before this, we acknowledge the pain, we get closer to the pain, we learn how not to be afraid of the pain as much as we used to. Many times the avoidance prevents us from doing the transformation, so the problem remains the same.
Yes.
So if we run away too soon, we avoid going through the problem and see the energy actually, and even sometimes see that the problem is not that big as we thought. But we weren't there to see it. So you run away this way, other people run away through other modes. All of us, we try to run away, ignore, or to deny. And the first step in emotional transformation is acknowledgement. It's stay here, face your problem, do not do anything, do not judge yourself, do not interpret the issue. Just say it, see it, and express it, and watch it with no judgment, with no solution, with no ideas, just to stay and watch. This is a major step. Many times you can say this is the most important step. To stay, to watch it, do nothing but watch it. And then you start doing other stuff to make it easier for you to do some work with what you saw over there. Okay? So this is what you are going to learn, how to stay with the problem, increase your self-love with the problem, decrease your inner criticism with the problem, create new passion for creation within the problem, and then do something.
Okay.
All of this is concentrated in your emotional transformation practice. We'll put you the link for the video immediately after the meeting. My advice to you is to start practicing today and even report to us how you felt about this. Yes, Ayala?
Okay.
Ayala, you want to say something? No, you just, okay. All right.
Thank
We
you.
are close to ending this session. Anyone else wants to say something? Oh, nice colors, Viola. I have to say that this hour was so fast. it's bizarre. I didn't feel that the time went, and we are here now. Do I see it properly? It's about 6 o'clock in Israel. All right. Sorry, I have to end this meeting. I have other meetings. So thank you. Start practicing. And this meeting is recorded. I advise you to watch it again. Many new ideas. And any questions you have about what we discussed, please write in the group. And thank you for joining the Right Brains Revolution. Have a nice day. Have a nice evening, wherever you are.
Thank you.
And we'll meet again next week. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.